Communal bathing in Japan, a beautiful tradition or just a cultural curiosity? If you've ever watched anime, read manga, or seen Japanese movies, chances are you've come across a scene where people are soaking together in a big bath. For many outsiders, this raises a question: why do Japanese people bathe together? Is it just something made up for fiction, or does it reflect a deeper, real part of Japanese culture? The roots, temples, Buddhism, and the art of cleansing. The tradition of communal bathing in Japan isn't something new. It actually dates all the way back to the 6th century, when Buddhism first made its way to Japan via China. According to Buddhist teachings, bathing is not just about washing off dirt, it's also about purifying the mind and soul. There's even a belief that soaking in warm water helps prevent illness and brings good fortune. Following this philosophy, many temples in Japan began building their own bath areas, called jakusu, where monks would cleanse themselves before prayer or meditation. Eventually, regular folks began adopting the same habit. Once they realized the physical and spiritual benefits, public baths started popping up all across the country as shared spaces for everyone. Communal bathing, a practical solution that became cultural back in the day. Not every household had its own bath. Heating up water wasn't easy either. Firewood was expensive and hard to come by. So to save fuel, people would pool resources, heat up one big bath, and share it. This wasn't just about staying clean, it became a way for neighbors to gather, chat, and connect. In many ways, these public baths became the social hubs of the community, not unlike cafes or public parks today. The golden era of Sento, the public bathhouse during Japan's Edo period, roughly the 17th to 19th centuries, communal baths flourished. In Edo, what we now call Tokyo, there were around 600 public bathhouses by 1813. That's a huge number, and it shows how central bathing culture was to everyday life. People didn't just go to Sento to wash up, they went to relax, catch up on news, meet friends, or simply unwind after a long day. It was a ritual, a routine, and a retreat. Men and women bathing together. Hard to imagine, but true. Now here's the part that surprises many foreigners. For centuries, it was completely normal for men and women to bathe together in the same bath. Why? Again, it was mostly practical, saving water, fuel, and time. People didn't make a big deal about gender in the bath. Everyone just hopped in, shared the space, and that was that. An American naval officer, Mary Perry, visited Japan in the 19th century and was stunned to see men and women bathing together so casually. But for the Japanese, it was just part of daily life, a space where everyone was equal and no one cared about titles, appearances, or roles. When Western influence changed the rules, but things didn't stay that open forever. As Japan began modernizing and absorbing Western ideals, especially during the Meiji era, the government started introducing new rules around modesty and privacy. Bathhouses were now required to separate men and women with proper dividers. At first, these laws were loosely enforced, and some places quietly continued mixed bathing. But by 1900, Japan's Ministry of Home Affairs issued a stricter ban, and from that point on, official communal bathing between genders became a thing of the past. Underscore a tradition that feels both foreign and familiar today, public bathing still lives on in Japan, in the form of modern Sento and Onsen hot springs. Of course, men and women bathe separately now, but the spirit of togetherness and relaxation through shared space remains strong. For the Japanese, soaking in hot water is more than hygiene, it's healing. It's about pressing pause, connecting with others, and returning to a simpler, calmer state of mind. So next time you think of Japanese culture, beyond tea ceremonies and samurai codes, remember this: bathing together is also a deeply rooted, beautiful part of how people in Japan live, connect, and care for themselves. Bathing in Japan, more than hygiene, it's a way to cleanse the soul. For many in the West, bathing is mostly about staying clean. But in Japan, it's something deeper, a healing ritual. When the body sinks into warm water, it's not just muscles that relax, tiredness fades, stress melts away, and the mind feels completely refreshed. It's not just about comfort, it's part of a life philosophy to wash away the noise of the world and return to a balanced state of body and mind. And in a country like Japan, where long work hours and intense pressure are the norm, it's no surprise that bathing, especially hot baths, is seen as a daily reset button. Strengthening family bonds through warm water in Japanese households. It's perfectly normal for parents to bathe with their young children. It's more than just personal hygiene, it's quality time. It's when families talk, laugh, and grow closer. In that warm, steamy space, everyday conversations help build trust, affection, and natural connection across generations. For many foreigners, this might feel strange or even uncomfortable. But for the Japanese, being naked around family isn't awkward, it's simply part of caring and sharing, free from judgment or shame. Sento, where everyone is equal in public bathhouses Sento or hot springs Onsen, everyone comes together, old folks, kids, office workers, shopkeepers. The moment you step in and take off your clothes, you also shed social labels. There's no boss or employee here, no rich or poor, just people, relaxing together in the same water, in the same space. And that's a core part of Japanese culture, equality in simplicity, and harmony in shared moments. The bathhouse becomes more than a place to clean up, it's where people reconnect with themselves and with others, without masks or titles. Communal bathing. Born from simplicity and scarcity, the origins of communal bathing are actually quite practical. In ancient times, few households had their own baths, and heating water wasn't easy. Firewood was expensive and hard to get, so people would pool their resources, heat one big bath, and share it as a community. It was a smart way to save fuel, and at the same time, it naturally created a space for social connection. Even within families, sharing one bath was common. The order of who bathed first often followed family rules, but the key idea was always sharing, not consuming alone, very different from today's individual habits. A timeless tradition in a modern world today. Of course, most Japanese homes have modern bathrooms with all the latest comforts, but the culture of communal bathing hasn't disappeared. On weekends or after work, many still head to the local Sento or Onsen, not just to clean up, but to relax and feel part of something bigger. In those places, they soak in mineral-rich water, chat quietly with strangers, and unwind in an open, peaceful environment, something that's hard to find in the fast-paced, closed-off modern city. Communal bathing, a tradition that goes beyond soap and water in Japan. Bathing is more than just routine. It's a mix of spirituality, tradition, community, and practicality. It's a powerful example of how Japanese people can turn something as simple as a daily bath into a cultural symbol, a space where words aren't needed because connection happens through warmth, silence, and shared presence. Did you know? Japan even has a public bath day. That's right. The 26th of every month is unofficially known as Furo Day, because the numbers 2 and 6 in Japanese, fu and ro, sound like bath. On this day, many public baths offer discounts, giveaways, or free entry for kids. It's the perfect chance for locals and tourists to enjoy Japanese bathing culture at a bargain. Modern perks that make public baths even more appealing. To keep up with the times, many Sento have gotten a serious upgrade. They're not just baths, they're full-on wellness centers. Here are some cool features you might find. Herbal baths. Soak in water infused with green tea, lavender, or flowers for soft skin and deep relaxation. Massage jet baths. High-pressure water jets help loosen tight muscles and improve circulation. Electric baths sound scary, but it's safe. These baths use tiny electric pulses to gently stimulate your muscles and ease pain. Outdoor baths. Rotenboro. Bathe under the sky, surrounded by Japanese gardens or mountain views. Steam rooms and detox zones, sweat out toxins, clear your pores, and calm your mind. Underscore more than hygiene, a cultural mirror. Japanese communal bathing reflects something deep, a culture that values connection, stillness, simplicity, and shared space. It's not just about getting clean, it's about feeling whole again, with yourself and with others. The back scrubbing ritual, a small act with deep meaning. Another special part of Japanese bathing culture is the act of scrubbing someone's back. In some regions, children are taught to gently scrub the backs of their parents or grandparents, a quiet, respectful way to show gratitude and affection. In the workplace too, it's not uncommon to see younger employees offer to scrub their boss's back, not as an obligation, but as a sign of respect. You may have seen these scenes in anime, but they're not just for show, they reflect real-life customs in Japan. And while it may seem unusual to some, this isn't just about helping someone get clean, it's a way to build trust, closeness, and human connection. Something modern life often makes us forget. Underscore the not-so-perfect side of a beautiful tradition. While communal bathing brings people together, it's not without its challenges in today's fast-changing world. A declining role in modern life. Public bathhouses. Sento used to be a necessity, especially when most homes didn't have private bathrooms. But now, with nearly every home in Japan equipped with a modern shower or bath, the need for public baths has dropped. Back in the 1960s, Tokyo had thousands of Sento. Today, there are only around 500 left. Many bathhouses have had to shut down due to low foot traffic, while others have tried to reinvent themselves as tourist spots or wellness centers. Nudity, cultural norm or barrier? One strict rule at traditional onsen is, you must be completely naked. For most Japanese, that's no big deal. It's seen as a symbol of equality and cleansing, no clothes, no ego. But for many international visitors, especially from Western countries, being fully nude around strangers can feel intimidating or uncomfortable. Some onsen have tried to accommodate this by allowing swimsuits, but that stirred backlash from locals who feel it breaks the spiritual purity and cultural value of the onsen experience. Cleanliness and cultural awareness. While Japanese people are famously clean and follow strict bathing steps before entering shared tubs, not all visitors are aware of these customs. Some tourists unfamiliar with the rules may skip key steps, which can make others uncomfortable. That's why many modern Sento and onsen now display multi-language guides and have staff on hand to gently remind guests of proper etiquette. Tattoos, a cultural misunderstanding. Tattoos are another source of tension. In Japan, tattoos have long been linked to the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia. Because of this, many public baths still ban customers with visible tattoos, even if they're just tourists. For many travelers, this can be confusing or frustrating, since tattoos in other countries are simply seen as art or personal expression. Recently, some bathhouses have softened their policies by allowing tattoo covers or accepting tattoos of a certain size. But even so, it's smart to check ahead before visiting, just to avoid any surprises. Underscore final thoughts, a tradition worth experiencing. With an open mind despite modern changes, Japan's communal bathing culture has managed to keep its soul intact, one that's about connection, calm, and harmony with nature. If you ever visit Japan, consider stepping out of your comfort zone and into the warm water. Let go of your stress, your clothes, and maybe even some of your worries. You might leave the bath not just cleaner, but a little lighter inside too.